Hi guys, it's me, Ursula Thomas, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Ursula Thomas.
And hi, I'm with me, Jim Thomas. It's me.
Okay, so welcome back to our channel. Of course, you know by now, this channel was established on just relationship, marriages. I really want to encourage all of you out there that, you really can have a happy marriage and enjoy one another, and that marriage does not have to be begrudgingly or just so hard or just so and if you're having those type of issues in your marriage, a lot of times it's individual problems that you have not dealt with, that you have brought collectively and you're still not dealing with. So we just want to encourage all of you to show you how God has helped us, how we have learned after 33 years of marriage. 33 years of marriage.
Wow.
And it has really been a wonderful bliss marriage, and I thank God for that. And it has been pointers ourselves individually and then collectively to come together to have what God truly desires, and that's favor and to be blessed in this union. So if that's something you are interested in, please like, share, and subscribe. We love for you guys to leave comments, so please do that. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. We are growing, and we thank you guys so much. And I love all of you guys, especially the ones that just stay to the end to enjoy what God gives us, because we truly do believe that this is a platform that God has given us to encourage marriages, to encourage relationships, and just to be who we are. Our truck, his work truck. That is our what, baby?
That's our sanctuary.
That's our sanctuary.
That truck itself has healed me in there, and I've had the opportunity for so many times to allow God to come in and minister to me through the good times, the bad times, and through the times of just really correcting me. Hey, that truck. So, God meets people at various places, and one of those places that He meets me and my wife is in that truck. She said my work truck. That's the truck.
He really does. And we learn. So the conversations that we have in that truck is truly deliverance, it's therapy. We done fought in that truck.
Don't say the word cuss.
Woo, honey. We done did some things in that truck.
Yes.
And we have gotten healed in that truck. We've gotten delivered. So we truly know that God does visit us in that truck. So today, I said all that to say this. How far are we into it? Let's jump into it. So today we was riding, we was talking, and one of the things, and that's how we get our conversation, because I feel like God, we ask God to give it to us, and I feel like we'll be like, you got something, and then all of a sudden, one of us will say something, and bam, and we'll be like, that's it. You know, when you get in church and you get saved, and people be like, I know who I am, you better know who you are, I'm a child of God, I know who I am. And a lot of times they say that they still don't know who they are. So we were just talking and riding, and I got to thinking about what he was saying, and I was like, that's so true. We truly don't know our value. And I started thinking about, society itself is built up, the whole base of society is built up on negativity. Really think about it. We are built up to shun anything that's different. And what I mean by that is, little kids not restricted to that. So when you ask little kids, you say, oh, what you want to be when you grow up, they'll give you 55,000 11 things. Now we know that 9 times 10, you might need to kind of bring it in just a little bit, because while we've been taught that way, you can't do all that. You can't be a dancer and a doctor. You can't be a nurse and a comedian. You're gonna have to pick one. Well, who told us to just pick one? And then that's why you can't share all your hopes and dreams and desire that you have for yourself, as well as your family or you and your spouse. Because why? A lot of times, so many people are so negative. Because why? One of the things that God told us in the Bible, He said Satan is the prince of the air. So by Satan being the prince of the air, that means negativity is just floating and flying around trying to see who it can land on. And so one of the things people try to do to really pull you down, they teach you and train you at an early age to look at whatever is negative about you. If you don't learn like everybody else learn, oh, you dumb, you stupid, you don't know, da 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 da. And so then you inherit that and you start to think that about yourself. Or if you're not shaped up like everybody else, oh, look how you shaped up, you this, that, that, that. You're not the same skin tone. Your hair is not the same. Oh, big nappy head. We have been taught to look at ourselves in such a negative way that it strips away our value and how valuable we are. And that if you were not of any type of value to God, He would not have put you on this earth. And Satan immediately wants to come, steal, kill, and destroy that value that's placed inside of you. You have the answer to not only one person's problems, but 9 times out of 10, you got the answer to so many other people's problems. And what people don't tell you is a lot of times, even in conversation, even if they over hearing your conversation, you are answering their problem.
Amen.
And they could be so mean. They won't come and tell you, girl, thank you for sharing that. That was a question I had forgotten. You answered that. I cannot tell you, in countless of times I've been in the store and overheard somebody's conversation, and I'd be like, oh, okay. And I come home and I say, baby, this, that, or the other. Or if it was something concerning my daughter, I get on the phone and say, I heard somebody say this, that, or the other. Even when you sharing posts on Facebook, sometimes you're answering somebody's problem when it's positive. We have been taught and trained so many times to focus on the negative. And think about it. Even when somebody give you a compliment, your immediate response is to say something negative about it or to downplay it. Even when you stand and look at yourself in the mirror. Now, right now, we are talking about things that may be noticeable to the eye. But I'm even talking about in-depth spiritually. When somebody tell you, man, you're smart. Oh, you know. Yeah. Child, girl, please. You just don't know. I just read that. Or it's always some kind of comeback to be negative of what God has given you, other gifts and talents. That's a great thing to understand that you are valuable. You have so much value individually. So think about how valuable you are individually. And then when God connects, truly if you allow God to connect you to your partner, and y'all connect as one, that is some valuable stuff right there.
Yes. And the value part about it, I love this, is that I love listening to my wife. Even though we talked about this earlier, she just ministered to my spirit man. How valuable I am to her, and just to her. So now it makes me want to jump up and even be more valuable to my daughters, my granddaughters, in their situation, in their circumstance. It even helps me want to be more valuable in other people's lives, especially the ones that may not look like me, they may not talk like me, they may not act like me, they may not believe like me, and sometimes they don't even want me to be around them. But I'm valuable because why? My mere being there can shape the environment, can shape the atmosphere. And what negativity actually does, it will grab it'll grab your environment. It'll grab you early in the morning. And if it grabs you so much, guess what? You can't be what God had ordained you to do or to see or to say that day into others' people, especially into their lives. But then you can't dispel the myth. Then you'll start believing things that you hear that you've said in the past. That's not true. I'll never do that. I'll never be that way. Because why? We have allowed the enemy to come in and shape our environment, our atmosphere through the spirit of negativity. And then guess what? It pulls from our value. And what we're supposed to be putting value into others, then guess what? We'll be listening to the enemy, and what he'll be doing? He'll be downloading fear, stress, anxiety, frustration, confusion, chaos, misunderstanding, improper uses of the word. I'm in my own world. Think about what we're saying. That negativity. And I thank God for that. I've gotten the habit of getting up in the morning and to pray the will of God for my life. And I love favor. And when I began to understand that when God said favor is greater than any kind of money, and just the mere fact of saying that if favor is greater than money, and I know that 40 hours of the week we chase that dollar sign, then if that's greater than money, then what should I be chasing more so than 40 hours? And that's God continuously. So when I am chasing God continuously, now guess what I am? I'm value. That's potential. Potential does something. Value brings stuff. Value adds stuff too. You have to begin to look at your life totally different. You have to begin to see yourself the way God sees you. How does God see me? How do I see myself? How do I view myself? Am I valuable? When the last time I said I was valuable? One thing that I say that makes me valuable, and that's for me, I'm a good-looking black man. I thank God that my wife has only eyes for me. I thank God that she desires me, that she wants me, that she cares for me, that she takes good care of me. And I spread that good news, especially to other men. And I asked them, of course, hey, when the last time you said something like that to your wife? Because she is valuable. Hey, it's true.
You guys something. Really think about this. Go on this walk with us. Why do you think people have really turned their nose up at marriages? We're going to talk about marriages for a second. Why do you think people feel like it's not important anymore to be married? Because society has took the value away from marriages. And what they have did replace the value that God sees in marriage with all other things that truly are from the demonic realm. Mm-hmm. And now they start saying things about marriage is hard. Marriage is not for me. I don't need to be married. We can do this without that piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. Who need that piece of paper? I am who I am without. So that's what society has done. It has stripped the value of marriages away and replaced it with so much negativity to make you feel like marriage is not important.
Or marriage is devalued. And see, we devalue marriage. Because why? Sometimes we don't want to even pronounce who's the head. Mm-hmm. Headship doesn't mean, guess what? If I'm the man, that I make more money and I make all the decisions. Mm-hmm. That's not true headship. True headship is, guess what? When we come together as one and stuff, and guess what? Understanding my headship. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I don't have to try to choke my headship or I'm the head, I'm the leader of this house into a way to get what? That deflates her. Mm-hmm. That makes her feel like, guess what? She's never walking on beside me. She's always walking behind me. And I always say, no, I never want my wife to walk behind me. Either she's going to be behind me, on the side of me, or she's going to be in front of me. Because why? There are certain things that God has ordained her to do and to say and to handle in our marriage. That, hey, at this time, I might not be equipped to.
And the thing of it is really think about this. They value everything else. They tell you, and so many people have said this, and it's true. And you have to really think about it. They tell you in order to, if we go to Mississippi and my husband want to go fishing, you just can't go fishing. It's valuable for them that lake or that pond that he want to fish in is so valuable to them that they tell him, you better have permission to fish in there. And how do you get permission? You got to go sign up, get you some license. And if I come and ask you for that license, you better be able to show it. Because that pond is valuable to me. And I can't have everybody in that pond. Yes. And they do the same thing. Driver's license. You have to have that license. That's valuable. You can't say, I don't need no license. I can drive in an old car. It don't matter. No.
And so we're trying to go get a job. And so what's the first thing? Do you have identification?
That's value.
Can I have your driver's license? What's your driver's license number?
That's value.
That's value.
They put value on that. They put value on anything that they feel like is significant or important. But marriage, the very thing, the very essence of God that He created, they devalue.
So in other words, I hear sometimes I hear some of the younger guys in their marriage and stuff. They put more value on their sneakers and their dress as opposed to their wife.
Mm-hmm. And some women put more value on hanging out with the girls, making sure they got their latest Louis Vuitton or their latest earrings or whatever the case may be. That's your thing. They value that. They don't value the time and the effort to get to know one another. Just because you're married, that don't mean you know one another.
And another thing is that I had to learn how to really value my wife and just value what she said.
And I had to learn how to value him and what he says. And to pay attention to his emotions. Because just because he don't act like I act when I'm emotional or when I'm upset, then I can't devalue how he acts by saying, you always do this. I got to really learn to pay attention to him so I can sit and say, what's wrong?
And I had to pay attention to that even when she was correcting the girls. And she said this many times, is that, hey, when those girls was coming up, my wife was the corrector. She used to work. I didn't very much.
Very much?
Well.
Try not it out.
Okay, well, not at all. And honestly, she handled that process better than I. But as our marriage grew, those girls grew, we came together as one. No. You know, hey, I might not said it just so soft. Girl, you don't get your little stuff over there, I will knock you out. Or something like that. But as I began to grow older and begin to watch what come out my mouth. So therefore, guess what? I knew not to talk to my girls like that. Sweetie, come over here. And for me not to talk so harsh and so rash to them. Because would I want her husband talking to her like that? No. So therefore, she's going to pick up the cycle from where, guess what? Where it came from me.
So you know what that is? That's him as a man, as a father, showing his daughters the value that's inside of them of what they don't have to receive and take. And then they learn at that age, I'm valuable.
Yes. And also,
I am valuable.
Also, even to the point where you might marry a man that's very successful. But still, sweetie, guess what? You had dreams, visions, and desire before you married this man. Still carry some of those same dreams out, even when the babies come. Because there's something that brings more value to you. It's more than, guess what, just being my husband. My wife is bigger than just being my wife. My wife is bigger than just being my daughter's mom. My wife is bigger than just being, guess what, the cooker in the house or the cleaner. She's bigger than that. She has dreams. She has visions. She have things that she wants to accomplish. She got places that she wants to go. And she got stuff that she wants to do that, guess what, now that our babies are of age, that she can pull those things back off the shelf. Now, can I be in which I want to bring value to her dreams. I want to bring value to her from the inside to the out, from the outside to the in. That's how two becomes one. Now, guess what? I know the things that's important to her. I know the things that bring value to her. She knows some of the things that bring value to me. So what is my job? My job is, hey, I don't have to try to correct her on everything. But there comes certain times, guess what? I have to. And one area that I've always wanted to do now is to make my wife feel so good about herself. Because I know this, when that girl's feeling good about herself, she sure know how to make me feel good. And guess what? I know how to reciprocate that. Value.
Yeah, you done messed me up. You done messed me up. God, I got through. But just know that you are valuable. You're valuable. And you are valuable individually before you are valuable collectively.
Yes.
Because God said in Jeremiah 29:11, one of our favorite scriptures at the class we
Powerful.
God said He knows the plans that He has for you. Now, once you allow God to do the plans and purpose He has for you, then you can come together and then it's y'all. But first, you got to work and allow God to establish the plan and the purpose He has for you. And they are plans for healing. They are plans for peace. They are plans for direction.
Yes.
They are plans for wisdom. They are plans for understanding. They are plans for you to have streams of wealth.
Yes.
They are plans for you to obtain all the visions that He has given you.
Jesus.
They are plans for your talents to come and explode and
Glory.
explore out
Glory.
to bring the captives free.
Yes.
They are plans that He
Jesus.
has given you.
Woo.
So you take those plans that He has given you and
Yes.
allow those plans to function inside of you. And then you come together with the person that God has given you, and y'all establish that relationship that God so desires, the relationship that He has put favor on. Because He said He has obtained favor.
Yes.
So that same favorable relationship that God has given you, y'all take that relationship, honor that relationship to God, watch God work, and watch how y'all begin to connect. And that's when what? Two becomes one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.